started coming here when it was, before it was Hope City, when it was High Rock. We started going in Kannapolis and then found out that this church campus was opening here. And we knew some more people in the Harrisburg area, so we felt like that was a better fit for us. We would be able to reach other people that we knew and encourage them to come with us because it was closer to where they lived and where we lived. Just this past year, I joined a life group for the first time, which was huge. What our life group was studying in the spring was Christine Cain's book, Undaunted. And it was an amazing Bible study, but I remember always leaving thinking, and we talked about this, like thinking, okay, so here's this amazing woman who had this huge impactful moment where she saw these posters of these young girls who were lost, and it turned into this huge campaign against human trafficking. And now that's what she does. It's this huge, like, wow moment. And me sitting in this Bible study thinking, okay, like, I don't, like, am I supposed to, like, walk away with, like, starting some huge thing? Like, is that what this is supposed to, just, and feeling a little bit intimidated by that. So we were doing the study one day and we were talking about fear. I think it was the chapter on fear. And I was super emotional already because throughout this whole study, friends of friends have a daughter that we had been reaching out to, bringing to church a couple of Sundays, and we had begun a little bit of a relationship with her, getting to know her that way. She had been through a really rough time, and we had just found out that she had just kind of backslid and was back in jail. And it was really heartbreaking, because I could see who she was and was getting to know her, and just such a beautiful person, and it just broke my heart that, I knew she was giving up on herself. And anyway, so we're doing this study, and she's like in the back of my mind all the time. And we get to this chapter on fear, and it was talking about how one of the things it said about, oftentimes we fear those that are in need the most because we're afraid that they're going to become leeches on us or take advantage of us or, hurt you in some way, shape, or form. And I totally lost it. I mean, I straight on ugly cried, in the middle of Bible study, just lost it. And I'm not usually that person. So, it kind of stopped us, and Samantha was like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's running through your head? And that was the moment when I realized, I needed to just reach out to her. Don't stop. I didn't know how to do that. I was totally terrified. I didn't know how, I had no idea how do you visit somebody that's in jail. I've never done that before. And what if I got there, and what if she was like, get out of here, I don't want to talk to you, what are you doing? I was just so afraid of so many things. All these what ifs were running through my head, and but I just knew that's kind of what I was supposed to do. So I reached out to her mom, got the information, was super nervous before I did my first visit, and it's it was one of the greatest things that I've ever done. It was amazing. She was so happy to have somebody to talk to, and I was just glad that I could be a support system for her and just share with her, that, I was feeling like I was just putting her on my heart and just felt burdened for her. On my second visit to see her, I asked her if she was allowed to get books or if she had anything to read. What was she doing to fill her time? Because, there's really not a whole lot to do while you're there. So she said yes, she was allowed to get books, and I just needed to contact them and find out if the books that I wanted to give her were on an approved list. And I was telling her about the book Crazy Love by Francis Chan. I had done that Bible study a couple of years ago and absolutely loved it. And I just thought that would be a really great study for her, just for her to really get the whole falling in love with God and how much God really loves you, I got the book and the Bible study guide sent to her, and found out later that she had started doing it and stopped because she told me she felt like she wasn't really relating to the book because she didn't know the hand guide, like the main book, which is the Bible. She's like, I'd never read the Bible before, ever, like from front to back. So she said, I felt like I really needed to read the Bible, so I had the guidebook behind me, and then I could do the Bible study. So she spent her time reading the entire Bible from front to back, the whole thing, which is huge. I mean, that's daunting. People take a year to do it. Most of us, it takes a year to do that. She did it in like 2 months, read the whole thing. She's since gotten out, and she's continuing some treatment and doing some stuff for about a year, which I'm super proud of her for. I was able to talk to her this week a couple of times. So she's doing really great. It's such a privilege to be able to just be a positive influence and be used that way. And I'm so glad that I didn't let myself be afraid to do it, because there were a lot of reasons, and I thought of a lot of reasons why I shouldn't or couldn't or didn't need to do that. And I'm so glad that I didn't follow through on any of that. And I had such encouragement from the girls in our life group. I feel like that authentic community gave me courage to step forward and be more obedient and do what felt like I was being told to do by the Lord. I would highly recommend anybody trying out Hope City to just take the next step, get to know some other people, join a life group. It's such a great way to get to know other couples or other women if you're in a women's life group. Just take the chance, because I have yet to meet anybody at this church that isn't 100% real.